Hi people, how you all doing? Welcome and welcome back to the channel. It is Sandra here and I am back again with another video from the likes of Charlie Kirk. Yeah, or Charlie Kirk. So basically these days, students support socialism until it's applied to their GPA. That just sounds like one confused fellow there, but we're going to be getting into this today. I am going to be getting into this today basically, and I want you all to see this video through me, so please do stick around from the very start to the very end. Okay, so without further ado, let's just hop right into the video.
I'm Kevin Phillips with Campus Reform. Today we're at Florida International University talking to students about their opinions of socialism and if they'd support a socialist GPA policy. Would they be willing to share their high GPA with people that have a low GPA? Because after all, it's all about equality. Which would you rather have in America, socialism or capitalism?
I would say socialism.
How do you view the word socialism, favorably or unfavorably?
I guess I would go with favorably.
Like, I have family in Europe. They go to college for free. Their healthcare is paid for. They don't have to worry about it at all.
I favor that over capitalism.
Okay, got it.
I also think I favor that, like, socialism over capitalism.
Socialism is more geared toward like helping the people in your, the governed.
I'd rather people have that same opportunity. There's a lot of excess in America.
The main idea of socialism being that people at the top are doing their fair share to help people at the bottom, trying to prevent disparity of income and trying to prevent excess, as you called it. So on campus, if there's a GPA disparity where there's people at the bottom with a poor GPA, would you support a policy where people at the top spread the wealth and give that GPA to people at the bottom?
Help them get a better GPA.
Yeah.
I'm all for helping. I wouldn't give let me just give you some of my points.
But it's about being fair, right? We got to help people at the bottom.
I've lost a lot of sleep, so I don't know if I will be fair.
It's hard. I guess it would be kind of like hypocritical for me to say no.
That's completely different.
How is it different?
Because I'm studying all day for my grade.
What do you mean by sharing it? Like, literally, like, giving them a chunk of my GPA?
Yep.
Dang.
I would want to say no straight up.
But what's the difference between earning a high GPA and not wanting to give it away, but then earning a lot of money and also not wanting to give that away?
Well, I feel like the difference is that you study for your grades, right? And grades often reflect how much time you spend studying. But
You gotta work pretty hard to become a millionaire.
I mean, I'm not denying that fact either, but for the regular working person,
Do you think there's a similarity between earning your salary and maybe not wanting to give it away to people that aren't working to earn it? And same thing with the GPA where you earn it and you say, well, I don't necessarily want to give it to anyone who might not be working for it.
Right. I think it's just that whole sense of thinking that no one's going to work for it.
I mean, I sacrifice a lot to get my GPA. I don't go out as much as I'd like to, but that's for a greater goal in the future, the way I see it. So no, I wouldn't sacrifice my own things, sacrifice my own time to help somebody else who didn't want to make those same sacrifices.
There's some people who are in the bottom, but they really are working, and there's some people who are in the bottom and they deserve that poor GPA.
Kind of like people making money with their income?
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like some people. Let's not throw shade.
But isn't it about helping the less fortunate?
Basically profiting off of my work for you. So who's really the bad guy here?
I don't think that'd be a good idea because then you're taking away from people that earn that grade. And what about the ones that aren't really working hard for their grades? So they're just going to get something they don't really deserve.
Got it. And do you think it's similar with your salary?
Yeah, I definitely do.
No, that's the complete opposite of meritocracy.
Okay.
The complete opposite. That's awful.
I don't think they're comparable because your GPA is not directly linked to, your quality of life necessarily.
But you still have to earn it the same way you'd have to earn a salary, right?
Well, I don't think most rich people in this country necessarily earn it. Much of that money is inherited. Much of that money, is made from the stock market, which they're not actually working for that. They're pressing a button behind a computer for that. I mean...
Well, then there would be no point to having a GPA because then if everyone has the same, then there's no metric, right?
But it's all about fairness, right?
Well, is it fair? I look at it this way, right? Is it fair for everyone to have the same outcome or to have the same opportunity, right? For me, having the same opportunity is what is fair, right? Not the same outcome, right? Because if I work harder than you and I get a better result, then it is only fair that I get a better grade or I get a better opportunity than you, right?
It's just a bunch of people who stand for things that they don't stand for, or they stand for things that they do not agree or they do not understand. Because why would you say that you prefer socialism to capitalism, but you think and want to be treated in a capitalist manner? Okay, so I don't know why they think, like the lady said, CGPA and the taxes. Okay, she didn't use the word taxes, but basically like working hard. Like, why do they think people who are like at the top don't work hard to get there? Why do they think it's a different case if it has to come with the CGPA? Because they all just kept on talking about how they're losing sleep, how they're working so hard, how the people on the bottom are not going to work so hard if they're being given it to it for free. And I'm just like, it's literally the same thing. It's just really in different like parts of life and different like sections of life, but it's literally still the same thing. So I mean, people should learn and own up to whatever it is that they stand for. Okay, I may not agree with like whatever you stand for as an individual, but I need you to understand what you stand for, and so you know where you really stand. Because most of those people there are capitalists, right? They believe and want a capitalism society, but they're just saying they want a socialism society just because. Like, why is it? Maybe because right now, in like the economic growth, in the economic sense and the financial sense, they are at the receiving end, but when it's CGPA, they are on the giving end, so they're like, okay, no. So is it like a temporal stance, in the sense that if they are on the receiving end, they would stand for like socialism, or if they're on the giving end, they're gonna stand for capitalism? Because which is it, what is it, and why is it? Okay, so I don't like when people are just like not true to themselves, and we see this a lot in this woke century because all this just has to boil down with being woke and being trying to like be the most considerate people out there when you truly aren't. I'm not saying this and that, right? To be honest, I'm not saying stand for socialism or stand for capitalism. I'm just saying like whatever we choose to be, or whatever wherever we choose to stand in life, we should really just stand with it with our full chest and just own up our truths. Yeah, basically, because most of those people are saying, yes, they are saying first that socialism is fair and all of that, but like they didn't, like they started stuttering. They started having so much more to say when it was when an instance was given, and I'm just like, what you're talking about? Anyways, we did get into this. Actually very interesting, just seeing people who are like they're just confused. And I'm just gonna say that, okay, they're in college, so they're in a level of life where they are like at a crossroad, more like, right? So maybe with time they'll get to I don't know, expose themselves to a lot more and just tend to understand like things that they feel like they stand for a lot more, and know where they truly stand for. So let's say come back in a year time, or like couple months, and ask them this question and see what they would have to say. But nonetheless, we did get into this. I want to know what you all think. Are you standing for socialism or standing for capitalism, and why? Okay, and would you really, really, really stand for what you're standing for if you are on the other end or the other side of things, right? So please do share all of this down in the comment box. What do you all think about this college students? Please, no judging, because I mean they're still college students. I mean, they're still young, so they still have a lot of time to like rethink things and redefine the answers and things, and just really like understanding things from a different perspective as time goes on. So no judging, okay? Anyways, we did get into this already said. Thank you all so much for joining me. I really hope you guys had a good one. Do all to like, comment, share, and subscribe to this channel. This is a content that you do enjoy. Upon to the very next one, let's keep on staying safe and healthy, okay? So yeah, bye.